right, very first one I'm showing you right here is the iris. I did move every variety you see up here into current. We do have some still, there's in 3B, that's probably maybe a week behind. I still got that in spring, but there's still enough here to go through and help you out with yourselves. If you stroll down,
right at me too.
Just like keep going. You'll see this. You'll see a picture of all the varieties. And of course, the last couple you see, these are newer varieties that we have. The most striking one is the one I call the Iris Invitation. It's a beautiful white. It's got white petals up or flowers up on top. It turns to this beautiful orange apricot bottom at the bottom. It's a very it's a beautiful variety. I actually think about getting a couple of these myself. But like I said, the last couple of varieties are one of the newer varieties we brought in. It just gives you a good assortment. They don't have any buds on them or stems with buds on them yet. And actually, this is probably the best time to sell them. That way they're not damaged during the process of shipping them. But like I said, you've got some good selections here, a wide variety of assortments, and beautiful colors. Next picture, please. Peonies. I did move the three varieties to current, which is the Kansas, the Sarah Bernhardt, and the Shirley Temples. These great thing about these varieties is seasoned to the weather outside. As you can see, when you got there was some still snow at the outside of that, but you could still see some shoots coming up from the pot. Like I said, the other varieties, I got more of the other perennial varieties. It's in 3B. That variety is still in an area that's in a controlled environment, and we want temps to stay regulated a high above at least 36 degrees at nighttime, which hopefully we'll be able to put those in. I'm hoping in 2 weeks. That's what I'm hoping, but we'll see what the weather does. But for right now, you can feel confident that you can sell these and they're okay to be put outside. They're just like I said, seasons for the weather. You should have no problem with these three varieties right now. Next picture, please. Now the hibiscus, now I didn't put these in current, but there's been a lot of questions and requesting of these varieties. I know most of you, if you got customers in the South, they're willing to take some of them. What I did want to show you is what they look like right now. The only variety that's actually got some shoots on it is probably the purple pillar, which is the very first picture that's on the left. That's one of the only ones that's right now. They still got some growth starting to come up on it. The rest of the other varieties I have here, they still look dormant. I know if you've got customers, like I said, and customers want South that wants these, we'll have to do it on a one-on-one per customer. And Jeff is pretty strict the more if they do take and they know the condition these or the state these plants are, they will not be doing any credits for these. So you're probably better off just waiting until we actually see some new growth coming up on these varieties. And then once they are ready, I will put them into current.
So on the shrub hibiscus in the past, we've always waited till they break growth. These typically won't start breaking growth until into May. We had enough requests. The plants obviously are making size. I talked to Lee, we want to have put this material on. Ideally, when your customers take these, they don't need to go into a heated structure, but they do need to go into some type of structure. That way, if you get mid-20s, you're not going to have a negative impact on these plants. As you can see in the purple pillar picture, David did this last week, but we covered everything back up. We can still have plastic inside the houses. Hopefully, we're done with that for the year, but it's still a long ways to go to the finish line on that. Just keep in mind, ideally, these plants do not sit out on a lot open. They should go into some type of unheated structure, not clear poly, but white poly, because clear poly house heats up pretty quick with the sun.
All right, every variety I have listed here is booked, but these are all the varieties that I put into current this past week. These are in a minimal heated house. I know it doesn't mean a whole lot to you guys, but they do have eyes. Some of them have some real tiny leaves so far. And by eyes, I mean like most pots have like maybe 6 to 8 of the eyes popping. So these look really good. We do have a lot of other varieties. Hostas in general there's 40 species, there's thousands of hybrids, and some of them are even edible. So these are going to start coming up a little bit more. I'll keep walking through all of the houses in the back that have the rest of our varieties and let you know how those are coming along. But like I said, these are all in current. So if you have some of these booked, let's go ahead and get these on trucks and get them out of here.
So a couple comments on these. These are, we look at what we sold last year in prime time and kind of mirror those numbers. These plants are in, they're poly houses, so they run warmer than the general houses. They're probably running about 2 to 3 weeks ahead. So once this group is sold, we will not go into the next group until we've got ice coming up out of the ground. We will make that changeover. We'll let you know when that happens, because at that point, 2 weeks needs to be a full leaf, where the other ones will look like what these look currently. So you gotta remember, you've got 2 stages of crops here, and that's one of the things that we find a little bit difficult at times to manage, but we'll keep you in the loop on what we do with the general production that's out there.
And there are a couple other varieties in those houses that I didn't put on from the same group. They just aren't quite ready yet. They should be ready within another week or 2. And then we will put those up here for you when those are ready also. And next picture, please. We put both of the Achillea on, the Strawberry Seduction and the Sunny Seduction. Both of these are coming from normal season houses. So they're both pretty cold houses. Whatever the weather is outside, that's pretty much what they're getting inside. They have a really nice can full look to them right now. No flowers yet, but they are a real bright green, fully rooted. And I believe both right. Actually, I think there's a few Sunny Seduction left. If you go to the next slide, please. Yeah, so there's like 36 available.
Oh,
So book those, get those on the trucks too. So are the Dianthus, both the Eastern Star and the Silver Star. This number was from a couple days ago also, so I'm not 100% sure if that's still the number that's available. But these are can full. Some of them are getting buds. If you go over to the Silver Star picture, you can see up in the top right there, there's quite a few buds that are popping through on these. This is probably one of my favorite varieties of Dianthus, is the Silver Star with that white crown, and then it's got the white petals and then the red crown inside there. So both varieties really nice, a little bit different than the Paint the Towns. The Paint the Town series is still showing a little bit of that winter color, the seasonal color. We can roll them if you want them for a customer. I sent you guys all out the pictures this past week. We're still walking the perennial houses 3-4 times a week. So if there's something that you guys are looking for that is not in current, it's probably ready. It's just not can fully yet, doesn't have what we want it to. So just keep asking those questions. Let us know if you need anything. And these are the varieties that are still on. So I think that's it for Maine.
First up is the Malice Starlight. Picture on the left is what it looks like right now. You can't tell, but it is starting to break growth. It's got some green on it. The picture on the right is what it looked like last summer. Should not change a whole lot, just get a few more branches and a little bit more leaves on it than what it was. These are a 15-gallon. I do believe we have some left out there in the current bucket. I'd have to double check on that one. But our Malice, our Prunus that are all outside are starting to bud out, get some green leaves. So get these things on some trucks and out to your customers' lots. Next up is the Ilex Soft Touch. These are a 2.25 gallon, so in between a 2 and 3. As you can see, it's not a really tall plant, but it is very wide. It's about 1.5 feet wide of what we have out there right now. It does make a great alternative to a boxwood if you want something a little bit different. And it does get you a little bit different color with the leaves, where it has almost a variegation with the spine of it being almost like a white yellowish color. And next up is our Kuronishikis. So I noticed last year we shipped through a whole bunch of them through the first week of April. We do have a decent amount of our old crop left, but I did roll the new crop in the spring. It's starting to show some new growth. So I just wanted to make you guys aware. On the right is the old crop, what we're shipping right now. Once we get through that, we're going to jump over to the next crop, which will be on the left. So just so you guys are aware, that's what it will look like once we get through the old crop. And then lastly is our Dutia. I know at Long Road they just went through and we're trimming everything that we have, but it is a sea of green in there. The snowflake, it is a shared crop between Long Road and Main Farm, and we compared pictures. They look the same. So this is what you will be getting for the snowflake. And then scroll down. And these are the Yuki cherry blossoms. Same thing, just got trimmed, but they are not breaking as much as what the snowflake is. So do keep that in mind. If you're looking for something green right now, go with the snowflake to get out to your customers. But these cherry blossoms should only be a couple days behind. So I would expect these houses to be nothing but green as well here shortly.